Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Kansas. But it's not what you think. We're testing out the new commander with the Kansas because reasons. We're taking a look at the commander Takanashi Hoshido with Palo de Revel and Azure Lane, Colorado as inspirations. We've got Flammable Cannoneer, we've got Dance with Death, we've got Megalomania, and we've got Master Mechanic, as well as Fully Packed for even more heals. So, yeah, we're having all the fun, is what I'm saying. Our build, straightforward. We've got main battery mod 2 for extra traverse speed. We've got steering gears mod 2 for that beautiful dreadnought shuffle that we love. We've got concealment system because Kansas, and everything else needs concealment. And then we've got the artillery plotting room epic mod on. So as we do damage, we get more accurate. So fun will be had. I promise. For the actual loadout, nothing's fancy here. We've got observation seaplane or 8K spotter plane. We're running the Stars and Stripes camo and the Italian Unity flag because if you squint just right, kind of looks like a Spartan. Survivability doesn't change, but the artillery is all we're worried about right here. 406mm 45 caliber Mark 5s. You get 12 of those with this build reaching out to 17.9 kilometers, but reloading at 28.3 seconds stock. And yeah, that's pretty insane in the membrane for a Kansas. All right, that's the only thing that really changes here. The AP shell maximum damage isn't that high because of the not having gyrating drill bits, but you don't really need it when you're throwing out more rounds per second. So we'll take it. Everything else is pretty much the same, so we're not going to go into that. But yeah, without further ado, let's see if we can't get into the gameplay, shall we? Alrighty, so we're going to be on North, and we're in the Kansas with the new commander to test it out. Now, I do have a Georgia video that I was thinking about bringing out, so I don't know if I'm going to bring it out yet, but I do want to make a video in the Georgia, because I know it's part of the whole, like, spend your currency thing on one of the 3 ships, the Borodino, the Georgia, and the Siegfried, I think. So I do want to showcase the Georgia, just to kind of get everybody refreshed on what the Georgia is and isn't. But this game in the Kansas came out of nowhere, and it was too good to pass up, so here you go. This one is going to be spicy. It's a spicy game. So right off the bat, you're going to notice we have a Venom over here, and we have a Synop over here. I'm going to spawn in, head towards the right side to protect myself from potential problems, and as you can see, Vladivostok spawns across from me. If there's one thing I don't want to see on this side of the map, it's a Vladivostok, because that will almost certainly just sit bow in and be a pain in the neck to deal with for a long time. Now you'll see there's a smoke screen here. Now why would there be a smoke screen? Because there's a destroyer, folks. Really isn't that difficult to figure out, is it? But Vladdy takes a shot at us, we take a shot back at him. And we also have the shot coming in from the North Carolina. We're going to try to get angled to all of it. And I felt like I was pretty decently angled there, but unfortunately he gets a couple of nice penetrations. And as our Venom pushes in, I get on chat, I'm like, hey, dude, just don't forget that Z-23 has long-range sonar, and he will murder your face. Okay, so don't fall for it. And he does the right thing and backs out. Again, don't know if he can hear me, but I'm going to say it anyway. Now here I take a shot at a beautifully over-angled North Carolina, and the game just says, go f*** yourself. And then he fires back at me, and I'm angled away relatively well, and the game says, go f*** yourself even more. It's like, really? Really? Is that how we gonna be? But look on the map right now. Do you see the positioning of that Vladivostok? Yeah, he thinks we're running away. So he's broadside to the Synop over here, who's also broadside back to him. How these men don't manage to send each other to the Shadow Realm is beyond me. 2 broadside Russian battleships should be just absolutely kerblastered by each other sitting broadside at these ranges. Now, obviously, they're not within 12 kilometers of each other, but still, come on. You don't need that great accuracy to send a Russian battleship to the Shadow Realm. Fortunately, I have the Kansas, so I have accuracy and volume. So we get a free shot here before we get spotted. We get a free shot around the corner, and yeah, he's about to find out why he can't just sit broadside as we get a Citadel. Now, Sinop, to his credit, also got a Citadel on him. But we get very lucky here. I didn't even see that little outcropping on the island, so I get very lucky. I heard the sound, and I was like, man, I need to get away from this thing. But the Vladivostok starts going forward, thinking, okay, well, I just got kerblastered. I want to get out of here. And so we're going to reach back out and make sure that he remembers who touched him. And we're going to punch him in the mouth again. But fortunately for him, he's only getting hit with one Citadel each time, which is real unfortunate for me. But look at the positioning as he runs away. Look at the positioning of the North Carolina over here. This man is begging for it again. He has what I can only describe as I simply must get all of my guns on the target at any given moment syndrome. Okay? It is a bad habit to get into in a battleship, to only want to fire all of your guns. Now you might say, well, Spartan, you're doing the same thing. But look at what I'm doing compared to what everybody else is doing. They're over-angled or sitting broadside and staying that way. I am constantly turning. Okay? Big difference. So I'm constantly changing the angle of impact from where they're aiming, also where I'm actually going to get hit, right? So I'm doing the best I can to mitigate damage while still managing to get all my guns on target, right? That's the difference. But you can only do that so many times and get away with it. This North Carolina's gotten extremely lucky multiple times in a row of just sitting over-angled as crap. And this time, I make the adjustment. I'm like, okay, we're going to avoid his belt. We're going to go straight through the bow side plating. We're going to take a little bit of damage because he fired first, but fortunately, he shoots HE. And we show him why that was a dumb way to play a North Carolina. Like, you just can't do that. You just can't. You have one piece of armor on that entire ship. And when you do what you're doing, you're completely taking that piece of armor out of the equation. It worked a couple of times, but you can only get that lucky for so long. Now watch what I do next. I'm already, because I'm in a slow ship, and this is something that a lot of people don't do very well. You're in a slow ship, you have to plan ahead. I'm already heading back across the map to engage the rest of the team. I just keep my eyes where there potentially is damage. Now, Vladdy starts to back up, we get a shot over the island, and we know this is going to be good. He's still broadside, and bonk bonk. Gets away with another single Citadel. Now, I look up, and Maya does that much damage to him. I'm like, okay, Maya's going to kill him. All right, I don't need to shoot him at this point. So I'm, at this point, conceding the Vladdy to the Maya. But if I look back, Vladdy's still not dead yet. And Maya is now getting shot at. And somehow the Maya manages to get up. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to take that risk. I'm just going to shoot him. And Maya, to his credit, doesn't die. But he doesn't manage to kill the Vladdy, so we have to do it ourselves. Just like in Farm Sim, if you want something done right, you just gotta do it yourself. If you guys watch the Farm Sim streams, you'll know what I'm talking about. But as we push in, look at what's going on the map. We have a cruiser, unknown cruiser, sailing in circles out in the open. We have an Asashio pushing towards us. We also have a Z-23. Z-23 is a perfect ship to get rid of an Asashio, right? He's currently lit up. They should be able to see each other. Clearly our battleship's going to go down. But what happens next can only be described as face-palm-inducing sadness. Okay? Like, what? It ends up making the game more interesting, but at the same time, these are the reasons I say the things that I say. Okay? Things like, I'm in chat and you're probably going, well, wonder what Spartan's saying right now. All I'm saying is we have the lead, we have the cap advantage, we have the ship advantage. We don't need to do anything stupid, alright? So play smart. That's all I said. I just need people to play smart. Now when I come out around this corner, I get into the chat and I say, hey, Z-23, I'm going to push towards these guys, get crossfires on these enemy. I can't do that if that Asashio's out there taking pot shots at me while I'm fighting. If you could engage him, I would appreciate it. So what does he do? Gives me the affirmative. That lets me know he heard that, right? But here's the problem. He's a gunboat destroyer that is not using either Twist and Track or Perceptive. Do you know how I know this? Because he's going to be chasing ghosts and he has no idea where that Asashio actually is. Even though the Asashio was just spotted on the map not that long ago, he should have at least some idea of where he's at. Now, fortunately, I do know that the Asashio is getting close because we get radared by the Belfast here for a moment. And then, of course, we get spotted line of sight, meaning that Asashio has turned around and is coming back towards me. And so I know that the destroyer is coming in for me, right? It's what I would do. And that enemy destroyer clearly has no idea where he's at. And by clearly, I mean, you'll see in a minute, he has no idea where he's at. But the destroyer and the cruiser are both following each other. Well, the cruiser's following the destroyer, but Massachusetts being completely unaware of what's going on. We just completely smash his entire life away in one salvo. Like, that is called tunnel vision, guys. And we talk about paying attention to the mini-map, paying attention to who's got your crossfires. I've been spotted this whole time, right? Like, it's not that freaking far-fetched to look at the map and go, oh, there's a guy crossing the map over there. I'm gonna be in trouble. So we take the front guns here. That's gonna easily finish off the Massachusetts. I was saving the rear guns for the other battleship that's right here somewhere. Unfortunately, that other battleship pushes around the corner, gets away from me. But watch, because we changed course, the first set of torpedoes is off the mark. We dodged them, and then we turn back, and we're trying to avoid the second set of torps without looking, and we managed to take one of them, but still, one is not that big a deal. We've got our guns loaded, and hello, Asashio. How are you doing, Sunshine? You've got less than 2/3 of your hit points, and I've got 12 American armor-piercing shells ready for you. Bonk. Down he goes, giving us our dev strike, and allowing us to get our 4th kill of the game. And that leaves only the Francesco Caracciolo left in this match. We have completely dominated this match from start to finish. We have covered way more ground, and of course we're able to slow down and turn in and dodge the torpedoes from the reload booster of the Asashio, so no problems there either. All these things are things you have to constantly be aware of as a battleship captain, especially a slow battleship. You've got to be paying attention to what's around you. And you can see I get in chat and I'm like, well, clearly this gunboat destroyer did not have perceptive or twist and track because the little turd burglars over here tried to kill me. You had one job, destroyer. One job. 20,000 hit points in your little Z. You had one job. Now, I did get into chat and I did say to the Massachusetts, come back towards me and I can help you. Because the Caracciolo is going to chase him. And we get the shot off and pick up the Quackard in the Kansas. Covered more ground than anybody else in the match. And 171,000 damage. High caliber. And a dev strike. 2,600 base XP with 5 kills. Not too shabby. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Did you enjoy this? This commander is busted, man. I'm telling you. Whoever come up with this is absolutely insane. Not only is it faster reloads for my American battleships, but giving me the ability to have 6 heals on an American battleship is silly. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I will see you in the next video.